Hey, buddy, it's Victor. It's time to another run here. The Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Wednesday, Mosh Pit. Hopefully, we get a better run than we did yesterday. Man, experimental treatment just absolutely dumpstered that run, and you know, it's ebb and flow, right? You've got gambles, you've got hopes and dreams that a stat will go up the one that you want, and most of the time it just doesn't work out. But you know, that's why it's all random, and that's why it's Isaac. And thank you all very much for all the support here. Hopefully we get the last two. It's just 2,500 for two more videos, and we will have the eye tracker video, which I'll be posting hopefully Sunday. Hopefully it will line up. So here's your screenshot of the day submitted here on the Civic subreddit by Plastic Total 6462. Title thread was Big Floor. I love the simplistic title. And then in the thread they said, why is this Catacombs 2 so big? Yeah, that is an impressively large Catacombs 2. I mean, there's from my eye I can count no less than 4 XL rooms on top of an XL boss fight. So that is a gnarly one, and should definitely be an XL floor. And I'm glad that people share these kind of screenshots, because at least it helps affirm that I am not crazy in seeing these bigger and bigger floors. And yeah, misery loves company. Oh boy, speaking of misery, at Blood Oath here, Victor Charlie Bravo 3, Kilo Quebec 87. We've got Super Magnet, which I'm just going to get rid of immediately. We also have the bottle of pills, and we already have more damage than we had for the majority of yesterday's run, including our tears rate as well, 2.45. At least we have good movement speed, good shot speed. Damage is below par, but okay, I guess, at 3.31. I'm not gonna throw up too much of a stink over a missing 0.19 damage to get us to even on the Isaac base stats. But the big concern here is going to be the fact that we have Blood Oath. Now I really don't know how Blood Oath could get better. I do not think it's a good item. Wow, we straight up just got pushed right into that. I do not think it's a good item. It's great if you have a Red Heart build and you need damage, then it gives you a surprisingly consistent amount of DPS ups, but at the very great cost of your safety. And as everyone knows, with my style, I like to play as safe as possible, because that's just how we do. So it can be useful late game if you are going for a Polaroid Invincibility build. It guarantees you're able to get back down into Polaroid Invincibility, pretty much guaranteed on any map. But the fact of the matter is, I think that for me to be okay with Blood Oath being a thing, it would have to give me double the amount of damage that it currently does, which is not a lot, in my opinion. And of course, if you don't know what Blood Oath does, it will, at the start of every single level, or every single floor, it will basically stab Isaac and remove all, and I mean every single bit of Red Heart container on Isaac, and then depending on the amount that's removed, it will give Isaac a damage bonus, which is significant at higher levels. We get a tower card here, which we just got glitter bombs, so using the tower bomb against the boss might be worth it, but I'm just going to use it in here instead, because there is that we do have that tinted rock, which it then proceeded to just completely miss. So there's that. We get small rock. I mean, we have to take that. Charge key here, so damage instantly goes to 5, which is great. Tears rate does go up. Our movement speed did go down sub 1, but it's honestly worth the risk, the gamble of taking it below 1.0, just because we wanted some more damage here. So now we're starting off with a much better DPS. The DPS on paper anyway, stats, combined DPS anyway. Got Black Monstro here. I'm going to see if I can get him to jump and then drop the glitter bomb. That was a very, very bad angle to try to dodge there. So yeah, that small rock definitely improved us here. Hopefully we get a movement speed upgrade to erase the movement speed downgrade that we had, the penalty from small rock, and get her done, get her going here. So a much faster first floor than yesterday's run, man, that's for sure. And look at that, we get damage and also movement speed. Huzzah. So we don't have any red hearts for Blood Oath to take advantage of, so I don't have to worry about the danger of it removing any HP. And hopefully we do get some red heart containers that we can use for Devil Deals, but I'm not looking forward to losing them all to Blood Oath automatically. That's the problem too. And if Blood Oath really wants me to consider it as a better item than it is, in my mind anyway, then another thing that would be nice is being able to trigger Blood Oath instead of having it just go off automatically. You all know that I don't like items that kind of act on their own, especially ones that cost me my HP. So it's just the same story with any item in Isaac. There's give and take, right? There's going to be good and bad, and we just can't have a straight up good item most of the time here in Isaac. Otherwise, the game would be too easy and not as hardcore as people want it to be. And that's just how the design philosophy behind a lot of the items go. That's how they are perceived anyway by myself in terms of Repentance and Repentance Plus items. I do think that some items downsides do outweigh the switch that. I do think that the advantages of some items do outweigh the negatives. Particularly speaking, the one that comes to mind instantly is soy milk. Soy milk is, in my opinion, always just going to be worth taking, unless under the most extreme circumstances here. Very happy to have PH Dizzle. So now we can go back and grab the Mom's Pill Bottle. Because Mom's Pad is bad. PhD is going to identify all pills and also turn all pills into neutral or positive pills. We get telepills there, which I may use, but right now I'm looking at using bad gas here against the boss. Hopefully we can get one more soul heart before we get to the boss, or get an HP upgrade from the boss so we can at least get a Devil Deal item to lock that in. Obviously, it's very important for our offense in the early game. You know, Soul of Blue Baby is actually not terrible either for offense. Had to make sure we try to get that flame out of here because I don't want to buff the Claudies, but we have that other one. Thank goodness that rock was there because we were about to get absolutely nailed from that middle Claudie, which is now the top Claudie. Very odd spot for the secret room here. I'm going to clear one more room just to see if we can get something. We could also try to get a full charge on Mom's Bottle of Pills to see if we can get an HP up, but that's kind of a reach. We're getting a range up, which is fine. Our range is pretty bad. So now it comes down to us finding an HP upgrade here from Baby Plum, and I'm just going to use the Soul of Blue Baby and hopefully not get wrecked by these glitter bombs. And there we go. We do get an HP and luck upgrade from Magic Scab, so it's going to give us enough fodder here to get Pentagram. I'm not going to take Eye of the Occult. It's just, for me, Eye of Occult is too... I turned it off, by the way. By the way, Zombolus is the one who told me that you can turn this on and off just by hitting the left shift key. So it does count towards Leviathan, but we just don't have enough HP for it, and I'd rather just have a straight-up damage upgrade without having to worry about Blood Oath taking all my HP. Once again, we find ourselves here with 2.5 soul hearts, half golden heart, and we're off to a good start DPS wise. 7.32 is pretty significant at these levels. PhD will more than make up for any stats that we are missing, or even HP that we were missing. Hopefully, anyway. And then and then we also have, of course, Devil Deal items locked in now. So being 1 of 3 for Leviathan is a good start. I would have liked to have taken Eye of Occult if we had more HP to feel good about. But because of Blood Oath, there's always going to be the threat of you sitting at very, very low HP for an extended period of time, unless if you have enough red hearts and enough way to recover those red hearts that you just don't have to worry about it. And there's going to be a death certificate inside of the secret room. Holy moly. Now, this is a big-time play right here. I'm going to use death certificate, and then I'm going to pause because the timer still runs here, and I'd like to make boss rush. So, looking at our items here, we've got Blood Oath, obviously. We look at all of our stats. We say, what do we need? Obviously, we need tears. What what are the big tier ups that we can come across that would help out immediately? And we talk about soy milk. We talk about the torn photo. Skinny odd mushroom would be great, especially with this tiers rate, especially with it actually breaking the tiers cap. But then we start focusing on, well, if we don't want to get tiers and we just want to do massive amounts of damage, what are our best options for that? Obviously, we have Sacred Heart. We've got Brimstone that can lock it down. Mom's Knife, Godhead would help out, even though it's not a huge damage upgrade. Magic Mush would be amazing as well. But we want to get something that can truly impact, that can really have a massive sort of like immediate impact, like getting that injection of power, but also utility that is not necessarily going to have that. We don't care if our damage is high enough with the right tier effect. We do not care what our tiers rate is, as long as we're able to determine the killing blow in one shot, or even sometimes less. And an item that has good synergy, an item that has it comes with an extra HP upgrade, which is also nice, and one that is also part of a transformation. And you can kind of hear where I'm going with this now. And of course, that item is going to be Sacred Heart. Even though we don't gain any tiers out of it and we actually lose shot speed, Sacred Heart makes the most sense here. I would like to get 9 lives, something for Guppy, something that could help us out, maybe even Arky. That wouldn't be bad, but Sacred Heart helps us out immediately and allows us to set up for riskier plays. It allows us to have security against bosses, and it allows us to have really good synergies if we end up getting more devil deals, or even we can make up the loss of the shot speed. We just saw the shot speed up in the PhD pool. So there's lots of reasons to go for Sacred Heart here, but you can make that argument for a lot of other items too. I think that Binge Eater obviously is the easiest pick up there, but Sacred Heart just gives us more of what we need right now, which is just more overwhelming damage, and then we can make up those other stats that we would have actually had with other items that we need, like movement speed, like shot speed, tiers, that sort of thing. PhD can cover all of that. So why not get one of the strongest damage upgrades we can get, an HP upgrade to boot, and also part of a Seraphim transformation all in one go? And Sacred Heart just checks all those boxes. It's going to have future synergy implications as well, which help us out greatly. So we're looking pretty here. We get Papa Fly, which is going to just kind of be a nothing. It's going to be a nothing burger of an item, except for a Beelzebub transformation fodder. But now, us sporting 17.83 damage, Sacred Heart, what more can you say about it? It's my second favorite item in the entire game. It has the prestige behind it. It's got the best sprite, I think, out of any item in Isaac. And even though that doesn't really matter for the in-game stats, it's still cool to see. I mean, Sacred Heart is just instantly recognizable and just gets you really happy. So we get Fanny Pack. Fanny Pack's actually not a bad pickup here for us having Blood Oath, because obviously it's going to trigger every time we're at the start of a floor. Now people are gonna talk about Voodoo Head here. I think Voodoo Head, it can definitely make sense, but I want to see if we can. I want to see what we get in terms of HP first, because the thing to keep in mind is that we cannot go into more than one curse room of floor at our current HP levels. And if we end up spending 15 cents now on Voodoo Head, and then we don't get an HP upgrade, on top of us having Blood Oath, that could pose a little bit of a risk later on. But on top of that, it also means that we can't fully utilize the item. Whereas if we can save it for the next floor and maybe get something like Keeper Sacks or something that could really juice up our stats here. And we get a movement speed upgrade. We get a 1.5 Soul Hearts. It's actually going to give us another chance to get a Devil Deal, and it's Krampus. Going to drop the bomb here. We get 2 Soul Hearts here. The head of Krampus most likely. Lump of Coal would have been great with Sacred Heart. But now that we have this much HP, I feel comfortable enough to go back into the shop and grab Voodoo Head, because every HP that we get right now is going to be very valuable. And because we have so much overwhelming damage here, we can easily protect it and not take bad damage. If you start thinking like that mentality, you start to realize that, oh, our temporary HP upgrades are now a little bit more permanent. Being able to protect them as much as we can. Again, it's a very nice synergy here with Sacred Heart as well, with Blood Oath. Another speed up here, and look at that. We're all of a sudden doing exactly what the plan was, which is just making up a lot of lost stats, a lot of missing, we're filling some gaps in the holes of our stats. And that's good. That's where you want to be, and that's pretty much the mentality that you have to have as an Isaac player. I'm really surprised it's not there. Brainworm is not bad, but Petrified Poop still gives us a little bit more of a it gives us a little bit more of a leg up. I'm not going to take Little Chubby just because of the sound effect. I know that may seem like a silly thing, but it legitimately pisses people off to hear, myself included. It's so annoying and so grating to the ears, the sound that Little Chub makes, that honestly she's just untakeable, which is really unfortunate because it's actually a very good item. Puberty. So there's the not often seen Puberty Horse Pill transformation, and I think that counts. That didn't count for a full adult transformation. I think we're one off, maybe even two. I'm not sure. Found pills, doesn't matter. But of course, the adult transformation gives you Stompy and also gives you an HP upgrade, which is a nice little bonus. And yes, the puberty horse pill is a little disturbing. Look like a Venonat right now. Another shot speed up, which is great. Shot speed already back to where it was pre-Sacred Heart levels, and it's all systems go here. But Brainworm also doesn't. It's not a downside. It's just a redundancy when you're talking about having this pretty much the same effect almost that we already have with Sacred Heart, and then we lose the ability to get to have a future play like say a card against humanity with Petrified Poop, which can be absolutely game changing. So in my opinion, it's not worth getting rid of for a slightly stronger homing effect. Even though I guess technically speaking, Brainworm isn't a true homing effect. It just shoots all your tears at a right angle towards whatever enemy is nearest to you. And it's going to be a greed fight, but this is going to give us a full charge on Mom's Bottle of Pills, which has been really, really helping us out here with PH Dizzle. I could go look for the other curse room, but it's all the way up there, and I at this point would prefer to get a better chance at boss rush. I do believe that we will make, unless something crazy happens. Bad gas here on Mega Fatty. Not that it's going to make that much of a difference, obviously, but it's still nice to have a little bit of extra damage. Anything helps against tankier bosses. Didn't get to the corner, so we get hit by fissures. Bone Hearts are almost practically useless. We get another Devil Deal here. Another Tears Up as well. Yeah. I'll take one tap here. Actually, we can actually take Bloody Lust now. And I'm not concerned about taking the quarter. We have plenty of money. There's no reason to drop our funds by that much. Drop our HP that much, I mean. Blood Oath does its thing. Fanny Pack did not go off, so we now have an exposed Bone Heart, which is another kind of danger if you're going for Bone Hearts with Blood Oath. And again, this is all against the player's will, so we have absolutely no say in the matter. And it's our responsibility just to make up, just to get back that HP that we lose. Now our damage, of course, is still going to be great. 22.25 at these HP levels. And this is a room that Invicta does not feel like doing, so he is going to back out. That's kind of the luxury you have whenever you've got a lot of bombs. You can just be pick and choosy about what rooms you want to do, which rooms you don't want to do. If you go the wrong way, save yourself some time, save yourself some possible HP loss, and just get the heck out of Dodge here. We get a Devil card, which is going to be an insta-kill on Mom. Fortunately, our secret room is not adjacent to either one of our curse rooms. And obviously, I'm not going to be dropping down our Bone Heart. I'm not going to be going into the curse room until we get our Bone Hearts filled, which we just did right there, so very nice. So now we can go into both curse rooms worry-free and not have to worry about Well, that's what worry-free means. That is definitely what worry-free means. So we get a Guppy item here. Very nice. Don't have to use the Chariot card. And let's go. Now remember, we have Bloody Lust too. That's the reason why you saw the damage go up a little bit there. So this is going to upgrade our damage a little bit more on this floor. And now it's Voodoo Head's time to shine here. And it has failed. So the range up, we'll take that. Range up, we'll take that. No reason for us to use the Chariot card here. Us taking damage gives us more damage with Bloody Lust. We get back to full HP anyway, and you know, it's pretty worth it. We got a free Guppy's Collar. That saves us from a Devil Deal later on. Vested doesn't really matter either. We're going to hold on to the reverse Devil card, which is just the Bible effect. As I stated earlier, it does indeed insta-give Mom. Not Mother, but Mom. My knowledge, there's not an insta-kill on Mom. Mother, I should say. Now, if we had gotten more red hearts, we could have used the Sacrum Shuffle, but fact of the matter is that we cannot be that spendy with our HP due to us having Blood Oath. And it's not worth losing the Bone Heart over when we can use that Bone Heart to get a Devil Deal instead. I might as well buy it. Get another infested. Okay. We don't need this many infested pills here, game. We do have PhD. You're allowed to give us a little bit of a variety. Now, because we have the Devil card here, that means that we're not going to be able to use the Fool card to get out of the boss rush, unless if I decide to drop the Devil card and save it for Mom's Heart. Get a second Guppy item here, and my Shadow is a definite pickup there. So, fantastic floor. We still have time to make boss rush here. But you sort of feel the momentum shift as soon as we got Sacred Heart. As soon as we got it, all of a sudden this run transforms into something that was very mid and not really special. Now we have this crazy amount of shutdown power, this crazy amount of utility that allows us to go and take these risks, to take Voodoo Head, to know that we're going to be dinged for 4 HP per level in the late game. And that's because of the confidence that Sacred Heart gives us in our damage. And that's how you need to be thinking as an Isaac player. Try to think a couple steps ahead of where you're at. You know, you don't want to see the next step. You want to see the next 2 steps where an item can lead you. And knowing what we had with PhD, I knew, and this is something that I already mentioned, obviously, that we can make up those stats, the other stats that are kind of lacking because of the way that the PhD was helping us out. Taking Sacred Heart was an absolutely no-brainer. A room that I don't really feel like doing. It's not going to help us out get to the boss rush any quicker here. We got to get a move on. Being able to 1- and 2-shot these mobs here is huge, huge, huge. Mr. Dolly is going to be an immediate tears up and range up for us, which is going to be great. Also gives us some HP. Protect our Bone Heart. We actually got 3 Soul Hearts, which is amazing. Normally it doesn't drop like that. I have no qualms about beating Mom here without having the Devil card, and then we can use the reverse Devil card to insta-give Mom's Heart, which would then, of course, allow us to use the Fool card to get out of boss rush. So we can skip all this stuff right now. We got plenty of time to make boss rush. Now, if we get something like Brimstone out of this Devil Deal or Guppy, we may consider doing boss rush for not only the Omega Run implication, but also just because we get an extra item after we complete boss rush, and that would be not a bad idea. We'll see. We definitely are strong enough, but our clear time in boss rush is going to be not as crazy as a broken run. Of course, we can also just save it for the victory lap. Obviously, we're going to take the negative here and Debizzle. I don't mind taking Jello, but I'd rather just have Debizzle. This gets rid of our red hearts. And this Mom's Perfume does break the tears cap, although we are going to take a hit from these spikes most likely. Nope. There we go. We got the Mother Transformation. Very nice. Bueno. Bueno, bueno, bueno. You're hearing the Necronomicon effect go off because of the negative, by the way. Burp is going to spawn the last pill that we used. And I'm going to go ahead and turn that into a luck up pill. It's a super solid run. It's night and day compared to yesterday's run, man. It really is. And that's why people love Isaac. That's why I love Isaac, because you just never know. It's any given run, any given Sunday. And, you know, I think that it shows just the great diversity that you can get in Isaac without having the feeling of it being unfair in terms of you know, one run just being just horrible, next run being just horrible as well. A June run, basically. D-Bizzle, gonna grab that? Or you're just gonna work on D-Bizzle people time. Yep. And another greed fight. Speed up. We're gonna max out our movement speed here. A strategic hush play is definitely on the board here. We can take Ice Cube, but honestly, we don't need Ice Cube's shutdown power and CC. And I still think that Petrified Poop gives us the chance for a little bit more, just a little bit of a better play. But you think about it, Sacred Heart is the base of this run. If we're baking a cake right now. Okay, first let's stop getting double tapped here. If we're baking a cake here, right? We can get we got to start off with solid ingredients. Sacred Heart is the base of the broth, or in this case for the cake, it's the base, it's the flour, right? High quality, good quality flour mixed with some good sugar, you know, top quality eggs. And anything else that we add now onto it is just going to be better because of the quality of the ingredients that we're starting off with the base of our build, which in this metaphor is going to be Sacred Heart. So everything that we get subsequently from here is just going to be that much better and multiplied in terms of the amount of benefits that we get from it. Why did we not go in here again? And that's a good place to be. That's where you want to be. You want to have the game pretty much on the ropes as soon as you can, and just never let up. We can get some kind of piercing shots, some kind of good tier effect to go along to complement Sacred Heart, like Jacob's Ladder. That one always comes to mind. Then we're in definite business here. D-Biz will give us a range up. Absolutely take it. No problem at all having a range up. We get a tower card here. Yeah, I guess we can use it. We might be able to get some red hearts out of the out of glitter bombs. Tried. I saw it trying. I gotta say, put some respect on Mom's bottle of pills here, with the assist of PH Dizzle, obviously. I think for now we're only going to go into curse rooms that are on the way to the boss, because again, that is a very steep price to pay. We kind of got bailed out by that first curse room with it having 2 soul hearts. We essentially broke even there, but that was something I wasn't even thinking about when I walked in. It's kind of super jazzed up, and man, it just feels like we cannot fail a double deal here on this run. And I will absolutely take Lord of the Pit in case we don't get the Guppy transformation. Now this allows us to go over here and play this Eternal chest, which gives us the Ace of Spades, which gives us even more keys. And now, because our curse rooms are only half price thanks to us having flying, I'm now more encouraged and will be going into the cursed room. Get a Joker card, which doesn't mean anything for us here. D-Bizzle's also gaining possible plays here. There we go. And we're going to end it with a range upgrade, which is fine. We can use the reverse lovers card in the secret room if we can find it. Should maybe there. Yeah, I'm guessing it's probably going to be adjacent to the curse room. Strategic Hush play is definitely on the board here. Got speed up's totally fine.
Shot speed up.
Helps extend our range. Also helps out with the shot efficiency of Sacred Heart because it has that really strong homing property about it. The challenge room, we can check it out, but probably won't be doing it here. Yeah. That's the benefit of having Guppy's Eye, is just seeing if something is worth going in and doing. Most of those Globins were eaten by the Void here, and I appreciate that. Get Bob's Curse. We can get a bomb upgrade. Nothing special. Poison glitter bombs. We gotta find that pesky secret room. I already tried there. I don't understand how we were hit there, even though we were over the rock game, but whatever. Yeah, we could just not use we could just not use the Lover's card too. It is going to get rid of 3 soul hearts for a broken heart, which is maybe not the smartest thing to do. I also don't know where the secret room is, so I'm going to go ahead and fade that. If I really wanted to, I could go check out the I could go check out the mob trap room, see what trinkets spawned over there, but yeah, I should have had that 2 of spades for that egglet room. Oh well. Now the reverse devil card, which honestly I'm probably putting a little bit too much value on at this point because we can easily beat Mom's Heart. All right, so here we go. This is the reason why I wanted to hold on to the Petrified Poop, is for rooms like this. Even though Ice Cube would have been okay for us, if we get rid of Petrified Poop, then it shuts down plays like this. And these type of plays here with the poop rooms, especially with us having Debizzle, can be just life-saving. Super Gluttony, huh? We're dead. Debizzle absolutely doing a phenomenal job keeping us fed with these soul hearts here. Debizzle been doing a good job. There's the M trinket, which is what that answers our question. That's what the trinket turned into in the last floor. Kind of a waste here, but we're going to take another range up. We should open up that. We should open up this golden chest just to get rid of the M trinket. I'm most likely not going to use it. Mom's Bottle of Pills still has a ways to go for us. We still need Tears Ups, which I don't know if that's in the pool. We know that Health Ups are in the pool, so that's another thing to keep in mind. Yeah, we don't really need another range up. I'm going to save that Vert Pill in case something more magical shows up. An Ehwaz. For some artwork on the ground. This does count as artwork, but I don't feel like dealing with the turrets, so we'll go over here. Get a black market. Yep. Not the greatest. I mean, 4.5 volt wouldn't be terrible, but it's 4.5 volt or 3 soul hearts. It's tough to say. It could be worth it, depending on what Mom's Bottle of Pills takes. Now, this is not a particularly strong combo, because it's highly dependent on what else you have to go along Mom's Bottle of Pills, but it is kind of nice to be able to just summon these pills out of nowhere. And also, of course, it future-proofs this run for a better spacebar item, which we can now actually strongly consider using M4. Don't know if there's a Balls of Steel pill in our pool. No speed ups there. We got plenty of speed up, that's for sure. Debizzle? Nope. If we can get some AoE, we can get some piercing shots, then 4.5 volt will really have a chance to shine. Of course, Guppy is pretty much what we need to take this run to the next level. That's why I hesitated going into that curse room. Or not curse room, but it's why I hesitated taking 4.5 volt, because remember, we've still got this other curse room to go through while we're still fishing for Guppy, and I'm hoping that D-Biz will help us out. There's a teleport to the Devil Deal here. We know it's a teleport because there's a blank chest in the middle there, so that is a guaranteed teleport to the DD. And yep. So the game's gonna curse us with the Curse of Twos for Guppy, it looks like. Hopefully we get it in the dark room. Or bombas. We don't need to go into the Devil Deal. We've already been in there. There is a vault, however, that we can bomb our way into, which might be the source of some good red hearts here. D-Bizzle really needs to pay out with a couple of soul hearts for me to feel comfortable. I don't like being at 4 HP, even with this damage. And oh my goodness. Speaking of damage, we're about to have a lot of it. In the form of Ys Mascara, it gives us a 21.16 damage upgrade. Good lord. But I think it's safe to say that we're sorted on damage. We good. We good. Shot speed still going to be needed because of Ys Mascara. And then let's go ahead and use this reverse devil card I've held on to for way too long. No Devil Deal, that's totally fine. The only question now is, do we take M? Do we take M to re-roll Mom's Bottle of Pills, knowing that there's health ups in the pool? Why did D-Bizzle not grab that red heart in the curse room? Too late now, but I'm going to say no. I'm going to say I'm putting my faith in Mom's Bottle of Pills and PH Dizzle. I want to start monologuing about my physical therapy for my back and everything, but right now we're not that comfortable yet. You know, we have absolutely overwhelming damage here, and if you're wondering why the damage dropped down, is because we lost the Bloody Lust influence. Us taking damage on that last floor, but we honestly don't need it. Phantom Soul Heart there is much appreciated. Careful of the soul suckers in here. You also have to be careful of these big rooms. Moving around too much in the big rooms, especially with teleporting bosses, they can teleport right in front of you, or even sometimes right on top of you, and cause you to say a few choice words to the game. It's a range upgrade and a luck upgrade, but not really what we're looking for here. All right, D-Bizzle, your moment to shine, son. You need to give us 2 soul hearts here, then we'll go into that curse room. Okay, a deal's a deal. Yep. See forever, range up again. Puberty is going to give us... No, okay, so the horse pill does not count for 2 transformations. It only counts as 1. Which I thought it counted double, but turns out I was wrong. I've been known to be wrong from time to time. I know, it's shocking. Double soul heart, can't pass that up. This boss trap room is going to be a breeze. There's our puberty. Now we get an HP upgrade. See forever. We can just hold on to that for the dark room. Getting secret rooms in the dark room's kind of rare because it is such a samey looking map, so there's no real tells in terms of walls or anything. You have to use context clues that were given to you by the map itself, and sometimes that can prove to be a little bit more challenging finding those secret rooms. Whereas if we have an I Can See Forever pill, then we just don't have to worry about looking for them. I swear these things have boss armor. The dark ones have boss armor, straight up. There's our super secret room. Probably have already passed our regular secret room. Wow, I did not know it was going to be a skeleton hand. Oh, this is the regular secret room. Wow. That's surprising here. We get a justice card, which is going to give us a heart. Speed up, which doesn't matter. Health up, which does matter. Double I Can See Forever pill. See my shadow making a couple of the shadow grubs for us to help DPS a little bit more. It's always a great feeling when you can one-shot the bomb lamprey flies. Bad gas and another I could see forever pill as if we didn't have enough of those. We've already been... No, we actually still have one more curse room. So there's still a chance for us to get Guppy before fighting Stanley. Unlikely, but still a chance anyway. I still am under the opinion that... I'm of the opinion that I think that those Brimstone turrets should deactivate like every other turret in the game after you clear the room, in my opinion. My opinion. And we've done a full clear of Shoal here just to see where that last curse room is. The quest of getting Gumpy? Quest for getting Guppy alive and well. Really no excuse for us not to get it. We have so many advantages here, so many opportunities, and yeah, the game is just going to be a jerk about it. We're going to get what we came after. Game. How long it takes us to get to that spot's up to you, but this is happening. And a run that gave us a death certificate. Get Sacred Heart, and then we get a naturally spawning Use Mascara, and I gotta say though, the play of the game is still that the mom's bottle of pills plus pH Dizzle. I don't think there's any debate for that. That was a pretty monumental upgrade for us, getting that PhD and utilizing the synergy is so strong. There it is. You just gotta threaten the game a little bit. Get the Gupster, get Athame, don't care about the rest. Game did have to wait until the very, very, very end to give us what we wanted, but hey, we got there. Now Athame is going to spawn the Guppy flies, and oh my goodness. We say thank you to Mom's Bottle of Pills. Fantastic job doing exactly what we were hoping it would do. It was a 1-2 combo punch with PH Dizzle and Mom's Bottle of Pills. It was just a complete team effort today. Animasola does not benefit from the 4.5 volt, unfortunately. It'd be great if it did. You almost caught me lacking there, game. So definitely some respect on the name of Mom's Bottle of Pills here. If you have a pill enabling synergy, or if you just don't care about that, then yeah, sure, Mom's Bottle of Pills can be clutch, but not all your pills are going to be positive. I can guarantee you that. Go straight to the Lamb, and you're about to see just the shutdown power of Animasola here. D-Bizzle feasting. Look at that. Look at that. This is the way that this run has gone. Definitely can push another like streak on the tally for 2,500 likes here. As I really want to do the eye tracker challenge. Oh, and we're just 2 away. The Mosh Pit's been doing it. And we're so close now. Animasola grabbed the wrong thing, but we're not done yet. We got a victory lap to do. I did not like hearing Animasola through that, but Alpha 2, Echo Charlie 0, Gej. Oh, Papa Fly and the Shadow. Oh my god, yeah. Let's hang on a second. So whenever you do a victory lap, if you didn't know, you get this visual bug here. To get rid of it, you just go to exit game and then continue. There we go. Totally fixes it. Oh my gosh. And now is the time for the reckoning. here for yesterday's run. We go back and we kick the game right in the teeth. No hesitation at all to dominate here. Smelting here is great. No reason not to. We have PhD and a whole new pill pool next to the victory lap, so why not check them out? They do not stay identified, unfortunately. The eye drops, which do break the tears cap. Now, that is one part of our run, one aspect of the run that has not been that crazy, which has been our tears rate. Of course, we haven't needed them, but it still would have been nice to have a really high amount of tears. We didn't quite get the tears up that I was hoping for, thanks to PH Dizzle. Again, not that we needed them, but it's still nice to have. It's a luxury at this point to have. With us having not one, but now two items that break the tears cap in the form of Mom's Perfume and eye drops that we just got on the last floor. What are you? Judgment? You might be asking yourself, well, hang on a second. How come you're skipping all the curse rooms now? Well, first off, we're on a victory lap, so the curse rooms cost us more than they would on a regular first floor. Which means that we're paying double for them. And we also got guppies, so in my opinion, I don't really think that we need to get them anymore. Varicose Veins can actually be okay here with the amount of power that we have behind Sacred Heart. Yeah, we simply just don't need to go to the curse rooms. I'd rather just have the HP here and slam the door shut on the game. If we don't have any red hearts, then Blood Oath can't take it away from us. Yeah. Another range upgrade here with Dad's Lost Coin. Double Deal is going to be pretty dang good. Empty Vessel, I wouldn't mind Gimpy, to be honest. It's going to cost us 2 soul hearts to get, but then we just get them right back. It is all systems go for this run. Neat little trick there is if you have Varicose Veins and Blood Oath, you can, if you're fast enough, you can sprint into the next room and trigger Varicose Veins to drop a big old tier nuke on whatever's in there, whatever's unlucky enough to be in there. But it's not like a huge play. It's just a little neat little trick. It's one weird trick. Tigger might be there. Then Athame just cleans up the riffraff here. We get sad bombs. Our continuing upgrades for our bombs. And we get school bag. Yeah. Ain't gonna hate a school bag here. And Yellow Peep is Yellow Dead. Another range upgrade. Our range is getting a little silly now, game, I would say. I do want to take Bloody Gust because we are taking damage going into these curse rooms, and that would give us a tears up, which I'm totally fine with. Could have taken Perfection there, but we'd probably lose it. Spikes in here. We also get some pills. The luck up. Pheromones. To be honest, we're not even using Anima Sola because we just don't have to. I mean, our damage is overwhelming at this point. Magic Skin brings up an interesting predicament here because honestly, we have School Bag and we can start playing these inside the curse room or the secret room. I mean, for guaranteed secret room items, which could lead to some shenaniganery. Our battery, I think now affects Anima Sola, I want to say. It was the SIBO, which would have been nice earlier on in this run. I think Anima Sola is affected. I think it grabs 2 enemies now. I think. Dizzle giving us Hagalas. Here. If we can find the secret room, then that would be a place that I would consider using magic skin. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, what does school bag have anything to do with it? School bag is important because it allows us to keep magic skin in our inventory, and we don't have to worry about ever seeing it take the place of another item on a pedestal. Perks, this has to be the secret room here. I am going to rip magic skin here, and it gives us sausage and Isaac's tomb. Now, you may have noticed, or maybe you didn't, that magic skin did get used twice. So that is something to keep in mind, as we're going to be incurring 2 broken hearts every single use of it. But, man, getting an all stats up, getting Isaac's tomb, which is a guaranteed at least a couple of soul hearts or trinkets or better, every single floor. I mean, what else could you want from a run? Speed. Nice to have, but not needed. This mom's pad again. Get 2 soul hearts, which is nice. They teleport to the devil deal here. Pheromones, luck up. Take that. 3 pheromones pills. Sack dagger. Eh. I like me some sack dagger, but we do not need it. Let's run. There you go. So Animus Soul, I just wanted to test that out. It does have a synergy with car battery. In fact, I think it's always done that. But with the amount of changes that went into the latest patch here with car battery and some effects that are now installed in the game, I lose track of which ones are and which ones aren't already part of Isaac. Pretty fly. You can see forever. So this sets us up for another magic skin play, but that would probably be the last magic skin play. But the downside now is that we can't get rid of it. We absolutely cannot get rid of magic skin. There's petrified poop again. And oh man, D-Bizzle. D-Bizzle looking for a merit badge today. I think he's given us soul hearts on more than, I would say, 85% of the drops. Range up here. Our range is absolutely silly at this point at 38. So I'm going to use magic skin one more time. Just one more time, and that'll be it. And we get Lost Soul Buddy and Fat on Mushroom. Check them out now. And that's pretty much it for me in terms of using magic skin here. I'm hoping that we end up getting a confessional booth. When we get the Polaroid, we can get rid of these empty hearts and then continue our magic skin escapades. But for now, I think we're going to have to let it rest because I don't want to get too... I don't go too ham on the broken hearts. I really don't like broken hearts. We don't even have to shoot at things in order for us to destroy them. Oh no, Lost Soul Buddy. Oh no. Keep pockets allows us to carry more money, which is great. Been capped on money for a while. Double chained. That's a range upgrade, dude. We've gotten every single range upgrade in the game, I think. Again, Sack Dagger, not needed on a run like this. We're absolutely blowing everything up here, and luck would have it, we get another Curse of Lost. So here's to that. Here's to us. Lost Soul Buddy did not live. And with us having Guppy now, I definitely feel confident enough to do Boss Rush in case we do find an R key or something. No, Lost Soul Buddy, oh no. See, we're just making an absolute joke out of the game now. Full cards there. Yeah, I have to remind myself that we have... Ooh, we'll take perks, though. We have Blood Oath. You can never really be fully satisfied with the amount of Red Heart HP you have because of... Well, Blood Oath is going to take it away from you. Door did not open fast enough. Down goes Mom. And Halo flies. Ooh, Rubber Cement, though. Rubber Cement is very interesting with Sacred Heart and Guppy. I believe that we're able to double the amount of Guppy flies that we get. If it hits the same target, I think. Anima Sola plus car battery is just going to make this an absolute joke. If they even live that long, which right now I don't think anything's living through this. Yeah, I can't even use it on a target before they die. I love that wave counter, man. Nice little flavor addition. Although I do maintain it looks off-center. It could just be an optical illusion, but it definitely looks off-center on the screen. Now, if you're wondering why you're seeing all these tiers come back at us so quickly, it's because our shot speed is pretty high, but more importantly, range plus the inclusion of Rubber Cement is making this look like they are we're kind of double dipping on the damage. Get a Perks pill and Kidney Bean, which is Kidney Bad. And I mean Kidney Bean's not bad anymore. It's been improved, but we keep the Perks pill just in case for Delirium or Hush. I mean, we're gonna smash both of them. So once again, we have 3 more trinkets here from Isaac's Tomb, which is not what I wanted. Fully expect Lost Soul Buddy to get kind of murked here sooner than later. I'm not going to do it on purpose, of course, but I'm just expecting him to. This is what he does. Lost Soul Buddy, when he walks into a meeting and they say, "What do you do here?" he just says, "I get murked 24/7. Oh, no, Lost Soul Buddy. So many trinkets, man. Could take store credit instead of extension cord, but we've got plenty of money. I don't care if you're improved. Dropping a late game pageant boy is kind of a middle finger. Even more bombs here with Bob's Curse. You're seeing the really, really awesome synergy here with Rubber Cement and just a ton of range. I don't know if you want to call it a true synergy or not, but they definitely help each other out. Lost Soul Buddy trying to get his first dub here. I got the vault just because, and yep, vault, all right. I think vaults need to be reviewed. I think that their rewards need to be taken a look at. We don't need Guppy's Paw. We already have Guppy, and I am going to go into the Hush fight because we're just going to dominate him, and also because we have Car Battery Animasola. That's almost unfair, to be honest. Ready, Vizzle. We're just going for damage. Not good, man. Neither is that. I guess we'll take Seraphim. Gives us 2 of 3 for the Seraphim transformation with Sacred Heart. And sure, we'll take Treasure Map too. We could take Compost over Animasola, which honestly might not be a bad idea because I'm not even using Animasola. I am going to use it against Hush, but after this, there's not really a whole lot of appeal for Animasola. And Compost Car Battery wouldn't be bad, especially with the amount of damage we have. Those spiders are just going to absolutely shred everything. You'll see the double duration there thanks to Car Battery, and Animasola is already ready to do it again. Well, Hush kind of cheated us there out of that one, but he got a grand total of 2 attacks off. That was it for old Hushy. I think I am going to take Compost here. So to say thank you to Animasola. Compost is going to double all of the flies and spiders that we have, and also going to turn anything on the ground into spiders, which is just in turn going to give us a ton more damage. Get the Eucharist, which is pretty useless at this point. It's Eucharist. I don't know. I was trying to go for something there. Health up. We don't really want it at this point. The only downside of this, and this is something I didn't even think about, honestly, is the fact that we have the 4.5 volt with Compost. If we don't have enough uptime on targets, we can't actually use Compost. Can't generate enough charge on it. Just send a constant string of flies into Isaac. But the 4.5 volt does enable us to do stuff like that, where we can just use it over and over again on the same enemy. Big Blood of the Martyr. That is Mega Bean. Take the Soul of Lazarus, or the Lazarus's Rag, just in case something crazy happens. Empty Vessel proccing finally. Bird's Eye Chili. This is just completely steamrolled now. Oh my goodness, Pyromaniac, brother. And we're also 2 of 3 for Spun now. This is starting to get nutty. And because of Car Battery Compost now, we can just keep up the amount of flies and spiders we have. And was that Skinny Odd Mushroom? Holy moly, I think it is. We lose a little bit of damage for a huge tears increase, which does break the tears cap. Then we have all these bones now from Compound Fracture. Yeah, this is... We're getting into new territory now. First the blind, unfortunately. At least we have mapping. Show us exactly which wrong way we are going into before we get there. I gotta say, it all comes back to, even if we ignore the death certificate play, this all comes back to Mom's Bottle of Pills and PhD's synergy. Mama Gertie's Mama Daddy. BBF and get the Beelzebub transformation, which is not what I cared about, but we have Pyromaniac anyway, so it's not a big deal. Now the perks pill for any delirium funny business. If you don't know, the perks pill gives you the wafer effect, by the way. We should be picking up these red hearts. In case of, again, if something's, I mean, absolutely, it would have to be catastrophic for us to need this wafer pill, but I've got it just in case. You never know. Got a Swarm of Bones, Necronomicon, or the Necromancer transformation now, which some people have seen, some people haven't. Victor Robes is just going to give us more damage if we need it anymore, but we'll take it. And we've explored the southern portion of the map, everybody. I think having mapping would prevent said full clears, but here we are. Tears Up here thanks to Act of Contrition, which gives us a Tears Up, and also it forgives us for taking Devil Dew items, so... But we already had the Eucharist anyway. Not that we're going to do another floor after this, but... Did not know this was a dead end. But we can't bomb our way out of here. It doesn't matter. Let's go to the east. Maybe the east is good. And there's no bosses on the east. All right. So did we do the full clear of Void despite having the treasure map and looking for Delirium? I think the answer is yes, we did. Yep. Yep. We sure did. We sure did. Popping the perks pill, and then we're just going to town on Delirium, and this is gonna be nasty. Because Delirium's not even able to move right now. We are just stunning it with all this damage and all the spiders, all the flies, everything. Yeah, that is a very, very fast Delirium kill, and that is a very, very awesome run here on Wednesday. So what a way to kick off the midweek here in the Mosh Pit, everyone. Thank you all very much for all the support. Let's get this video over 2,500 likes so we can get our next tally on the like tree goal and make our way to be one away from the eye tracker video that a lot of people want to see, including myself. So I hope you all had a great start to your midweeks here. Like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. And thank you again, everyone, for all the support each and every one of you show me every day. As always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like, links and pages of mine like OWTF LOL, Missy, and Old Hispanic Guy. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of my episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find over at patreon.com/Invicta.